Live from 5 News, this is Breaking News.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Darren Bobb in the 5 News studio. We are bringing you the latest on the manhunt for the person suspected of killing 2 people at Devil's Den State Park. It happened yesterday. Police across the area and the state asking questions and sharing concern about this brazen attack in broad daylight at this very popular state park. Our team is here to walk you through what we have confirmed and what we are still working to learn right now. So let's get to the latest information that we have as this manhunt continues. Arkansas State Police tell us the Criminal Investigation Division has cleared the scene at Devil's Den State Park. It's located, of course, off Highway 74. It's about 25 miles south of Fayetteville. State park rangers and other law enforcement, though, are still at the park making sure that park is secure. Now, according to State Park's website, all trails at Devil's Den are now closed, at least for now. Meanwhile, the FBI's Little Rock office says it is in communication with Arkansas State Police, and they are ready to assist if they are needed and get called in. Now, ASP will tell us the victims are a 43-year-old man and a 41-year-old woman. Their bodies being taken to the state crime lab to determine a cause of death. That may take several days. Now, investigators still have not identified the victims. 5 News did, though, obtain police scanner audio that helped shed some light on yesterday's response to Devil's Den. Okay, let's talk about the suspect now. Police say they are looking for a white man last seen wearing dark shorts, a dark tank top, and weightlifting type gloves. He was seen driving toward a park exit in a black 4-door sedan with a license plate that was covered up by tape. State police say that car may have traveled on Highway 170 or State Highway 220 near the park. I-70 or 170, that is, runs from Devil's Den to West Fork. Highway 220 goes from the park through Crawford County and then connects with Highway 59 in Cedarville. Investigators, again, have not identified the victims. We now are going to try to hear that scanner audio that we picked up yesterday for the response to Devil's Den.
Cover the main trail right now first.
Here's yells calling for help. We're hiking down.
10-4, we're hearing them too towards the end of the lower part of the Devil's Den Trail. Try to relay to the office that we found the victims down here. They're on the lower Devil's Den Trail. I've got two bodies down here.
And again, that was a male and female in their early 40s they found there. And as you might imagine, Devil's Den really busy at this time of year as this all unfolded. A summer day, Saturday afternoon. We're hearing new reaction from some of the people who witnessed law enforcement's presence at the park.
Really kind of appalled that they're still having everyone out here. People are just out and about walking around, and if there's someone out there, I think that's kind of concerning.
5 News reporter Bo Russell captured that interview not long after you were the first one to get there at the scene yesterday. So let's talk about the folks that you visited with. You visited with some campers, people who were there. What was that emotion like?
Yeah, well, you know, it wasn't hard to find people, right? The campgrounds are full of people, and when I pulled up, they saw me pull out the camera, and they were like, oh, we want to talk about this. You know, everyone was pretty freaked out. There was not a lot of information being shared, a lot of theories being thrown around, but no one really knew what was going on. And like we just heard, you know, they were concerned, should we still be here? You know? So
you got there, and when you got there, there was this huge police presence. When you got there, though, it was a little difficult getting in and out, especially into the park, and not a lot of information, understandably, was being released by the time you got there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you know, as you enter Devil's Den, it's a long, windy drive down in there, and you lose cell service. So, you know, I'm kind of just going off. We heard there was a phone call to 911. We knew something may have happened. But once I started heading down in there, all information was cut off. So I was kind of going in blind. Immediately, there was a large police law enforcement presence. So I went straight to them, and pretty immediately they were like, turn around. You know, they weren't going to share any information. So it was hard to kind of get a sense of what was going on down there.
Could you tell with first responders, fire, EMS, They were getting in, but not a lot of information coming out.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I did see EMS there. All different sorts of first responders were there. But like you said, yeah, no information coming out. And I thought it was interesting. You know, we saw that trail. Now all trails are closed at Devil's Den. At the time, they had trails, and they were spread out everywhere, which did kind of give a sense that they may be looking for someone. You know, they're looking for something because they were at the head of, you know, a trail on one side of the park and then at the other end of the park. So it was clear they were searching for something.
There's miles of trails out there, and one of the reasons why, at least what the information we got from state police, is, like you mentioned, not a lot of cell service out there, not a lot of not an easy way to communicate or get information relayed. But they did say because of that, that's what took a while to get the information released to us officially, to allow the park to be notified and to let other people be notified as well. And I'm sure you ran into that.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, to be fair, you know, there was no cell signal coming out of there, right? We had Starlink set up there and we were having a hard time communicating. But yes, so you know, people there were also concerned about the lack of information. You know, I've seen online people are wondering, why did it take so long to get information out, especially as a suspect, you know, is on the loose potentially. So that was a concern. We do have the press release now, but again, we're going to continue all day to search for information and to gather what we can to provide more updates.
Okay, Bo, thanks for joining us, and
thanks,
we'll see you tonight at 5:30 on 5 News at 5:30. Arkansas's Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders issuing a statement in response to the attack at Devil's Den. It reads, "We are heartbroken by today's horrific news from Devil's Den State Park and are in close contact with state police and the Department of Parks, Heritage, and Tourism as they work now to apprehend the suspect. We are praying for the family and friends of the victims and know that law enforcement will not rest until the perpetrator is brought to justice." And before we go, we do want to share the suspect description one more time, just in case you might see this suspect. Police say they're looking for a white man last seen wearing dark shorts, a dark tank top, and weightlifting type gloves. He was last seen driving toward a park exit yesterday in a black four-door sedan with a license plate that they say the numbers on the plate were actually covered by tape. State police say that car may have traveled on State Highway 170 or Highway 220 near the park, and that fans out pretty much all over Crawford County. If you have any information about the suspect or his location, you should contact State Police Troop L. They're at the number of your screen, the bottom of your screen there, 751-6663. Of course, our coverage continues here on 5 News Plus and all 5 News digital platforms throughout this Sunday afternoon. Our team is working now to bring you every update as we get them from state police and local law enforcement. We also have team coverage during our newscast tonight at 5:30 and at 10 o'clock. So for now, for Bo Russell and the 5 News team, I'm Darren Bobb. Thanks for joining us. We will see you tonight at 5:30 over on 5 News.